Hey Alan, great to have you join us today, mate.
Hey.
So I thought we'd just start off today. So today's talk's all about starting on limited budget, so starting with limited resources in general. That's a more generic topic. So can you tell us kind of in 30 seconds a little bit more about what you did over the last year period?
I'm a Loughborough uni graduate. So as soon as I graduated from university, I started a 1 year business adventure uh, to try and challenge what the perceptions of what is required to set up a business, what the kind of requirements are. So to do this, I tried to see what I could earn from £1 in 1 year. So it was just constantly reinvesting from a pound to see where I end up, really.
And so how did you get on by the end of the year then?
By the end of the year, I finished with a little over £20,000 profit. Yeah, had a net turnover of about £38,000. So yeah, it was my salary for the year, which was very nice.
That's pretty awesome. You must have some good stories to tell of things that went well and badly all along the way as well, I guess.
Oh, definitely, yeah, plenty of good stories, and definitely quite a few bad ones as well. Yeah.
So, so how did it all start off? Like, what was the so you had this first pound. What was your thought process with your first pound?
So really, I started off. The first premise was to just work really hard. So the pound coin, the idea kind of came about just by everyone has the potential to get their hands on a pound coin. So I actually found mine. I was walking through a car park one day, and there was a pound on the floor. And just earlier that day, I'd had this thought of maybe I could do something in my own business, and it kind of just slotted into place. And I knew that there was this opportunity to be able to do something with it. So the first thing I did was I bought washing up liquid and went round and just washed pots and pans for students that were in exams, and had piles of washing up to do. So they just gave me a couple of quid here and there just to kind of keep me going. And that kind of then just began to raise my pound from the £1, well, from 69p to buy a bottle of washing up liquid to kind of the 30, £40 mark, which then allowed me to reinvest in more stuff. Um, so from there, bought some more cleaning products. So bought various products to be able to wash cars. Did quite a lot of car washing for a while. Then moved on to cleaning houses. So as students were moving out of their student house, I went in and cleaned it for them, so they would get their deposit back. Um, yeah, kind of the mindset was very much alongside the um, finding ways to be able to make my time equal money by providing a service that cost very little to invest in. The cleaning products are really cheap, so that was kind of a natural starting point for me.
So you kind of did all that without any kind of you didn't really use any of your degree in that. You didn't really use any of
No.
your there was no kind of core skills that you needed to know to do any of that. It was just pure like hard work at the start.
Yeah, it was just hard work and a lot of motivation. So my degree's in geography and sports science, which makes me very good at running and colouring in at the same time, but not a lot else. I've never studied business before. Not even at school. I have no business experience. I don't know any business theory, no business structure, but the key for me was just to work hard and just to keep on thinking outside of the box, just constantly challenging kind of what I like to call the frameworks of what hold me back. So, like, it's possible to earn money from a pound. Um, a lot of people think that a pound is quite a small amount of money and there's nothing that can come from that. A lot of people think that they need a really big business investment to be able to actually get somewhere, that they need thousands of pounds to actually get their business off the ground. But kind of the premise behind the whole of the £1 challenge was just to kind of get rid of that and to say actually with with a couple of months hard work you need a very very small investment or potentially not even any investment to just build up that initial money that you need to seed a new business. Um, so yeah, that's kind of that's where my thought process came from. It.
pretty awesome, mate. So if someone else was going to start on the same process as you now tomorrow, what would be the first thing that you would say they should do, and then what would be one thing that you would say they should definitely try and avoid?
One thing you should do is work hard and make sure that if you think that something isn't possible, to actually take a step back and really begin to think about, well, why do I not think that's possible, and kind of challenge the framework that holds you back. Yeah, and if you're struggling to even find the pound, then just wander the streets for a bit. That's all I did, and it seemed to work for me. Um, yeah, I just think that there's such a great potential with just being able to have the right attitude towards work, and business theory is really good. It is really important, but actually to start off with, what you learn from your experiences and just getting out there and starting stuff is a lot more important than creating lots of different plans and different graphs to show what you're going to do. Probably a thing to avoid. Um, the biggest thing would be to not think that you're bigger than your boots. In other words, I kind of started off thinking that this was such a great idea that everyone was going to jump on board instantly. I finished my challenge 6 months ago, and it's only now that people have started to actually take note. So yeah, I think humility and making sure that you keep grounded and know that you're not going to be a millionaire overnight. That working hard, you really just build from the ground up rather than think that you're going to hit the heights of Richard Branson straight away.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you now? So what's the kind of the next step?
So next, I'm writing a book at the moment. So trying to tell the story of my journey. I think there's something from my journey that hopefully can inspire people. So through things like this, I just want to tell the story about what I've been through, and just encourage people that if you've got a business dream or you want to step out in business, that you don't need a huge investment to start. That you can actually build it from the ground up. All you need is £1 and a bit of motivation. So that would be yeah. So that's where the book is coming from. Hopefully that'll be released soon. I've just finished the first draft. It's a bit ragged around the edges, so I'm getting some people to look over it for me. But yeah, but that's my next step, and then hopefully in the new year, got a few different projects that I'd like to get running, and hopefully start to collaborate with people. I think I've worked by myself for far too long now, so yeah, that's my next step.
That's good, man. So you know that very the grassrootsy bit, right? So
Yeah.
that first pound that you invested,
Yeah.
if someone else was going to replicate this, so we're talking, there's some guys out in South Africa that might be interested in trying to replicate what you've just done. Did you have other ideas? So other than washing cars, or washing cars or washing plates and all that kind of stuff, is there any other bits that you would say that would be the great place to start with?
So I probably across the year did over 100 different jobs. So yeah, there's so many things out there. I think the best thing to do is to look into what you've got around you, what you do day to day, and kind of stem off from that. So I did washing up, car washing, cleaned houses. I cleaned some office spaces as well. I got in touch with the business owners and just said, look, I'm cheaper, hire me. There's different things. It's always about just looking around what is around you and trying to think about new ways of looking at different things that you maybe use day to day. One thing that really hit me, so it was way back when I was learning how to drive, like years ago, and my dad once told me that when I was kind of feeling a bit down, thinking I'm never going to pass my test, he said, well, Alan, everyone else has passed their test. Very, very few people never ever pass their driving test. You'll get there. It's just that kind of process, and it's in the same sense of there is no reason why people, when you see people earning money from something, there is no reason why you can't be doing that as well. They've reached that point for a reason because they've worked hard and they've tried and they've put themselves out there in the same way as you've got to learn how to drive. Um, so I just think that there's that kind of actually understand that no matter where you're coming from, that actually there is the opportunity to be able to enter into different areas. If someone's making money on something, there's a good chance that you can find a way to do it as well. You might just have to work hard for a while to get there. That was my thought anyway.
That's cool. So, what's so yeah, that's great. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, like at the end of it, as a final note?
I just really want to encourage people that actually I'm nothing special. I've never studied business, so everything I learned was just through experience and through getting started and getting out there. I definitely didn't have a big investment, so if you don't have the money to invest in something, it's okay. I started with £1 that I found on the floor. Um, I think the key is just to work hard, and yeah, I think everyone has the potential to be able to do something extraordinary. You've just got to believe in yourself. So yeah, hopefully my story will kind of provide that a little bit.
Thanks so much for your time, man.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much.